what is going on at Man United? This is not Man United. I don't recognise the whole football club. I don't see players fighting. I don't see character. I don't see desire to win. I've got 2 kids at that football club, and I really hope this doesn't affect what they're doing.
When it comes to former United players, we all know that the power they have in media is huge. They can help steer narratives. They can help put pressure. They can help relieve pressure at some times. But I want to run through Rooney's comments from his latest pod. And I tell you what, like the first thing I want to say is it's such a genuine bit of concern from Rooney about Manchester United, about the club that he has had an association with for 20 years. And I want to run through. I'm going to play a couple of clips, and especially one towards the end of the video, where it's just like it almost feels a little bit different, if I can say that. Rooney's comments here compared to the likes of like hearing from Scholes or Keane or Neville in a punditry perspective. Rooney kind of sounds like a fan when he's speaking here. And I want to run through one clip here, have a little comment on this. And the first thing I would say, right, that little bit there where Rooney's talking about debating whether to even say it. I can't tell you how much I relate to that on this channel, because there's so many times where I think about what I'm saying before I say it, because I know that we've got a big platform here at United People's TV, and I know that it can influence me, even if it's only a couple of United fans. There's bigger influences, and Rooney's voice carries a lot further than mine ever does, so I'm not comparing the two, but it's something that I related to on a personal level. Because it's so easy to just kind of blow your lid at every single point and every single game with United, and you can if you wanted to, but no one didn't necessarily help. But Rooney here, as he always said, he feels like he needed to say something.
All day I've been debating this, do I say this? Shall I say it? Because I know it's going to bring pressure, and it's going to go into media, and it's going to get picked up, and the manager's going to get asked questions about it, but I feel I need to. I care for the club. I was at the football club for 13 years, and what is going on is not right. Yeah. And this is not all on the manager, by the way. This
Never is.
I'm seeing players not deserving to wear that shirt, and it hurts. When you've been in a football club for that long and you care for the club, this is not acceptable, what is going on. And
look, Rooney's comments there, talking about the players, not deserving to wear the shirt. Like, honestly, you could take that conversation. I feel like I'm nearly doing the same bloody thing as Amorim there. That's kind of how I feel. You could take that comment there from Rooney, apply it to 2024, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18. The list goes on. It is a repeating problem. It has been, and it's not, there's so much change that's happened from a squad perspective. But actually, I don't want to hone in on that, because I don't think that's the most important point that he's raising. I think there's 2 things. One, I want to bring up here, like, he's got his 2 lads in the academy. Kai Rooney's playing with the under-18s. I think he's actually going to come back from an injury now. They've had a great start under Darren Fletcher this season. New under-18s coach, but there's a new head of academy, Stephen Torp, who's coming from Brentford, because Nick Cox has left and gone to Everton. Effectively what Rooney's saying here is United stable enough an environment for my kids? And that's deeply concerning, because that's more than just a former player. That's a parent being concerned about whether United is the right place for his kids. You talk about the fabric of our football club. That is the fabric of our football club. And in particular, I want you to listen to this last 30 seconds here from Rooney, because this is absolutely from the heart.
Never grew up a Man United fan. I grew up an Everton fan, but I spent that much time at the football club. My family, over like my 2 children now at the football club, I've been involved in that club for over 20 years. And what we're seeing, it hurts. Only my eldest boy has seen Man United win a Premier League title. My second boy is nearly 13. My kids don't know what Man United is being successful. I want them to see that.
That bit there. I want them to see. Wayne Rooney wants his kids to get to enjoy Manchester United in the way that he loved it and spent 13 years of his career there. He wants his kids to be able to enjoy the same experiences that he did as a player. Manchester United gave him those experiences. And I think that's why, I don't know, these comments from Rooney, they seem, I don't know if this is the right way to describe it, but they just seem so much more genuine than anything I've really heard from a lot of former players. I don't think he wants to add fuel to the fire under Ruben Amorim. He's thinking about what he's saying before he's saying it, but he feels like he needs to say it. And that is exactly how I felt on Sunday when I did that video. I literally titled it, "I'm sorry, Ruben Amorim," because it seems like I broke at the same time as Rooney. And maybe many of you as well. That Brentford game took my faith away from Ruben Amorim's ability to bring the momentum that's never been in this team. A team that hasn't won 2 games in a row in the Premier League ever underneath him. And yeah, it's just that this, I wouldn't say this is I wouldn't say this is a mute argument. I wouldn't say this doesn't carry power. Like hearing a former United player and legend in Rooney saying that what I'm seeing is not Manchester United. It's like we've heard that before, like so many times before from so many different players and so many different pundits over so many years. I don't particularly think it kind of hits home in the same way that coming at it from the perspective. I'm going to say that again. Wayne Rooney feels that Manchester United might not be the best place for his 2 young lads to grow up in terms of football academies in England. That there is the heart of Manchester United, the core of Manchester United, the heartbeat, everything to do with our club. And Rooney's having doubts about that now. What I would say is that our academy systems have actually been pretty bulletproof to the crapness of the first team over these last few years. We won the treble with the under-18s a couple of seasons ago. Lots of players have come through. The gap between under-18s and first-team football, that's not really a United problem. That's the English system problem. The under-21s is just not good enough. They don't play enough. So you kind of have to get into loan system. But that's a separate conversation. But just to hear Rooney speaking in the way that he spoke, as I said, it kind of hit home with me. He's thinking about what he's saying before he's saying it. He doesn't want to say it, but he feels like he has to. He's obviously reached that point in the same way that I reached that point this weekend where he just doesn't... He knows how bad the club is right now. He knows all the problems. And he's kind of lost faith in Amorim's ability to be the person to be able to steer them away from that. Man, this football club, like I covered it in the live show this morning, like how much more misery can any United fan take? And there's going to be people coming at me still saying, "Oh, you're so entitled, Sam. Like, this is what being a proper football fan is about." It's like, boy, man, like find me another football club that's had as many false dawns and failed false dawns as we have had in the last 5-6 years, and everything that we've called for, and the shifts and the positives and the ups and the downs, and not winning 2 league games in a row. I think you might struggle to find another club that's been doing what United has been doing, and versus what we were before. But you can let me know what you think about those comments from Rooney. As I said, they seem so genuine. I think that's because they were. He's speaking as somebody who's committed nearly 20 years of his life, including his lads being in the academy, to Manchester United, and he can't see any part of it anymore.